Here we are, looking at the art of decoding feelings and needs. One of my colleagues who specialize in conscious communication once told me, Jacinthe, burn this into your conscience. Every emotion or feeling you experience is always connected to a more profound need you have. This emotion or feeling is only the signal, the indicator that leads you to a met or an unmet need within you. This means that a positive emotion or feeling signals that one of my needs has been met, while a negative emotion or feeling tells me that there is an unmet need somewhere inside. The distinction may seem simplistic at first, but it opens up little doors in our mind that allow us to look at what this emotion or feeling leads us to in terms of need. Once we have consciously identified a specific need, we are able to consciously address it. Some people may tell me, Jacinthe, what's the use of identifying a need that's already been met? Well, for example, if I feel energized or vivified when doing a particular activity, what need am I feeling here? It could be a need for stimulation, discovery, or the need to have a light or humoristic take on things. These are all appropriate answers. Being aware can be very useful though. If I'm able to say, for example, yes, this feels good. All of these new discoveries are so stimulating. They address this need for learning in me. To be conscious of this need allows me to take steps, to plan for stimulating activities, to integrate small discoveries that will energize me in my everyday life. That's why it's useful to have a look at needs that are currently being met. Need for introspection, action, humoristic interaction, to integrate them into our consciousness and to make sure that they continue to be addressed on a regular basis. On the other hand, if we are dealing with a negative emotion or feeling, let's have a look at a concrete example. Let's say I'm dealing with stress. I've chosen this example entirely by chance, of course. Okay, let's say I'm feeling stressed out. I tell myself so, and then I get this feeling that creeps up from my chest, into my throat, or into my head, like a small whirlwind taking over my entire being. Have a look at the picture on the screen. As you can see, I really had to toss coin between arts and psychology. I'm still hesitating between the two. In fact, no, I'm just kidding. This whirlwind that you see here, a lot of people are going around with it every day. They have managed to identify their feelings, but they don't know what to do with it. So it keeps turning. This way of being has an impact on their relationship with people. What happens if we manage to take a hold of the feeling, to push down towards our belly center, and to have a good look at it? What hidden needs lies behind it? Maybe it's the need to better organize, ding, or to be in control, ding, or to take some time off, ding, or to get some rest, ding. They are all possible answers, and they all open up different paths to finding a solution to address the need. Let's say I need to get better organized. Identifying a need is not a magic bullet to fulfilling it. What it does is you the necessary insight to put things into action in order to meet the need. Okay, I can sit down tonight, open my agenda, and draft an action plan to solve my organization dilemma. If my need is to take time off or to get some rest, I can simply go back home and cancel the outing I had planned with a friend tonight in order to kick off my shoes, take a hot bath, read a book, listen to music. This will help calm this feeling I have inside of me. Identifying a need will not necessarily allow you to meet it immediately, but it makes you able to eventually do so. Now, why do I position emotion and feelings in the chest area and the needs in the abdominal area? Because the abdomen is where your center of gravity lies. That's where singers go to dig out the full strength of their voice. Feelings and emotion tend to hover in our upper consciousness and body, while needs are buried deeper towards the middle of our mind and body. As a metaphor with our center of gravity, when we identify our met or unmet needs, it helps us stay in balance in our lives. Now, let me introduce an integration exercise that will help you to hone your skills in decoding emotion and needs for yourself as well as for others implicitly. Indeed, being able to understand what's going on in the person in front of you is another of the fundamental principles of communication. And we will dig more into it in the next video with my empathy tank. But first, let's take a look at ourselves, feelings, and needs. I've prepared a dual use tool for you that I entitled my auto check schedule. It's a calendar where each day you will be able to jot down 2 feelings, need, and 3 small pleasures that you have experienced. Therefore, if you like, twice a day, anytime you wish, just take a moment to stop what you're doing and check out how you're feeling in order to identify the need that's associated with it. If the feeling is positive, you associate a need that has been met. If you're experiencing a negative feeling, you associate a need that has not been met. Do that twice a day for a week to train yourself into recognizing these things. This will create a pathway in your brain and your body that will make it easier for you to recognize feeling needs as you go. Like a little camera. Indeed, in real life, there's no pause button that allows you to stop a conversation and to have a look at what you were feeling and what the other person in front of you is going through. For example, okay, pause. Okay, yes. How am I feeling? What do I need? Okay, I'm feeling alone right now because I will need more social interaction. Okay, the other person right now. Okay, my boyfriend is feeling displeased. Maybe because he needs more freedom or more time alone right now. Okay, that's it. Yeah, okay, I can back to the conversation now. So I can push start bottom again. No, in real life, we cannot do that. That's why we need to trace a path towards this spot inside of us where you perform the function of identifying emotion and needs to be able to assess it quickly without pausing the conversation you're having. This won't be easy at first. You may be able to spot the feeling, but not be able to spot the underlying need, or vice versa. I spot the need, but not the feeling. That's okay. It's part of creating the path. To illustrate that, Just imagine you're going snowshoeing right after a big snowfall. Cutting a path is hard at first because the snow is deep, which makes it hard to go from point A to point B. But the more you go back and forth, however, the more you trample the snow and make it into a nice solid path. The same goes with this exercise and the path to access that special spot inside of you. I've also incorporated into the calendar a section where you can write down 3 little things that have made you happy that day. I called it my daily happiness tips. Why? For the same reason as before. To be aware of what do good for us and to be able to reproduce it later consciously. It can be a big moment or little things that lit up your day. A piece of chocolate, a good magazine article, a song you love, getting a smile or a compliment from your partner. So it's up to you now if you want to try it. For those who will say, well, Jacinthe, I've always seemed to be experiencing the same emotion. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling stressed, sad, angry, well, sometimes a bit scared. There are several other words that can be used to illustrate these emotions and feelings. That's why I've included the beautiful list of emotions and needs put together by a nonviolent communication speaker. You can use this list to better pinpoint what's going on inside of you. When we manage to put the right finger on the right nuance feeling and need, it opens right where we need it. One last thing before we go. Our feelings and needs concern only ourselves. That's why when using conscious communication, we must always refer to our feelings without using the statement as a disguised attack towards the person in front of us. For example, we can't say, I feel like you're abandoning me. This implies that the other person is doing this to you. We should say, I'm feeling lonely, or I feel alone. I'd really like some company and interaction. This small nuance is very important. It can save you a lot of trouble along the way, and it helps with our empowerment. So thank you. Hope to see you for my next installment on conscious communication, and have a great day.